talk to ourselves.
We are. We're going to talk to...
How was your day?
It was good.
Except you had to go to Alpharetta to return
Here,
it.
this is not for everybody.
No way. We can't talk about how your day went on the live stream.
And you were like, what?
I was like, that's strange. Hey guys, what is that? It's us. There are all kinds of sports teams playing for Sean, and
I choose you guys.
He chooses you. He can't quit you. Hey, balls to the walls.
All right.
Balls to the wall.
You're M. You're in. All right. So, balls to the wall. You're the only one here right now.
I kind of think that, hey, Nelson, that person is cool as shit. But when I said, yeah, we're pretty much going balls to the wall, that was when that's when the name popped up. Did you, I know it's a term that other people know, but did you get it when we said it? Did it make you think of it?
That's a good question.
Inquiring minds want to know.
People, I have 2 days off. And I'm very happy about
Usually he counts it down to the hour. He'll be like, I have 48 hours, 26 minutes.
Let's see. So 48 hours from that third friend. 48 hours and then 6 o'clock.
We're doing good, Nelson. It's getting cold here. Hey, Lindsay, how are you?
I have 58 hours off. 58 hours
Normally
off.
he figures it out. See, that's when I changed my name. That's what I thought.
Oh.
I remember us saying it, then it popped up, and I was like, I wonder if they got...
But it's the name is balls to the wall, but then with the rumpus going, like the back that ass up. Abby.
That's Let It Go.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of... I heard tell of who it was, but I don't know for sure.
It doesn't matter. We like them.
No, we do like him, but thank you, Confessed Love. It was a long day.
Yeah, I tell them about your day today.
I kind of kept him updated on the like the community post, but I should show the little brochure. So I went. My mother-in-law is a part of a really cool charity. Is it a charity?
Yeah.
Or like a
it's like a non-profit.
What do you call it?
Yeah.
Philanthrop.
Yeah.
So it was a fashion show. Yeah, there you go. It was a fashion show, but it was like a lunch. So you like, it was to raise money for these different places. A lot of really good places, like a boys' home, things like that. It was really good, very nice.
It's not drama.
No. I rode with my father-in-law, which is always a hoot. He drove.
He did drive?
And he drove back too.
Wow. My dad's 83.
He missed the exit, and I kept it was Windhurst.
To come home, you mean?
No, to get there. What is it called? That
Windward?
Windward,
yeah.
Yeah, he missed it, and I was like, I don't think you did. I think that it's, and he goes, no, I think I did. And I was like, oh, we'll just let him. And he hooked a Yui, and sure enough, he had missed it. And so we got there. It was a very, very nice place. The food was good. Had a really good time.
It was silent auction, so?
They had a silent auction that went really well with some really cool stuff. And then we rode home. So it was a good day.
Someone's already got a comment to be held. Just saw Paul's chat. Oh my God, I'm so confused.
Hey, young Byron.
Yeah. It's
I'm not even,
another court thing. So.
I'm not totally clear on what's going on, but come over here and just hang out with us. I'm trying to get a partnership with Adam and Eve so that I can get you guys a discount code if you want to order your adult toys from that place. Negotiations are going good. They're going to do the Tomahawk Sean line.
Curves a little bit to the left.
Stop. Anyway, for real though, I did fill out a thing saying I was interested in partnering with them. But
it's the Tomahawk Sean man whore.
Oh my! I couldn't get there in time.
She tried to stop me.
I couldn't get there in time, but yeah. So it was a good day. It's getting cold, like 20 degrees. You said this weekend.
Tomorrow night for sure. Today, right now we're just
20 degrees.
Yeah, in the 20s.
Look at
Friday night and Saturday. We already put the heater on for the chickens. We're going to get the rain from the hurricane tonight, which is kind of a wet, sloppy rain. It is though.
Yeah, it's kind of. We need to rake, and they're all wet.
Yeah, we're not raking in that. I might get spared.
No, we're not raking in that. But tomorrow's Veterans Day.
Yes.
I'm trying to get. There's this other charity That's a veterans charity. I talked to the lady today who runs it, and they're doing a poker tournament for to raise money. It's like $50 to enter it, but you know, it's you. I don't know if you play for nothing or you win money. I'm not sure, but I think it'd be really hot to watch Sean play poker, and I keep saying that, so we might end up going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna that card that fell into the tub. I'll look at it.
It fell into the tub. Probably did.
On the side of the tub.
Let me see that little thing or whatever. I'm so glad it's bigger now. That the screen is. Hey Diane. So yeah, but it's like, I mean, I know we're like, I think it like both of them are going on Monday. Hey Yoga Pants, but I don't think Paula has to go. Her counsel is going to represent her, which is always very cool. That's what we got to happen too.
Yeah, it sometimes they tell you have to go and sometimes they don't. And I mean, they would tell you if your attorney is like, yeah, you need to come, then it's always better if they say I can handle it for you.
Sean was able to go through an entire separation and divorce without ever having to say one word to it. That goes to show you that it can be done.
It can be done.
Not one word.
Think of that perspective. You guys, that there's not a gang of folks here yet tonight, but you guys that are here are mostly people that have followed me and us, right?
And me.
And that's what Mandi said is very true. How many people that you know that have gone through a divorce and never really had to go to a divorce hearing?
I didn't.
Never.
I didn't. Only one person. No, but only one person had to go, and I was in.
But to the magnitude of what was being said, yeah, you pay. If you pay enough, they'll take care of it, and that's the same to be true for your divorces. There was a set guidelines, and the attorney said this is how much it is. If you guys don't argue in a bunch of stuff, then that's it. Just is.
You even share a U-Haul to get your stuff out.
I know.
Whatever. Hey, Karen.
That was. I mean, I think I mentioned that before. We were moving into our apartment in Texas, and Mandi's ex-husband had rented a U-Haul to move stuff to his house and his new house, and he was like, "Why don't y'all just use my U-Haul for the rest of the day?" And I was like, "Well, isn't that? I mean, because we're from a bigger family and all."
Yeah, that's exactly right. Confess love without getting too much into it. The answer to that is yes, always. Don't read it out loud.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and that's, I don't know. I mean, most cases like that, like.
You look so sleepy.
I am a little bit sleepy, but I'm gonna do this live, and then the Falcons are on. But attorney will tell you, if you try to tell your attorney, well, there was this case and there was that case, most of the time they don't care. They'll just keep it what's right in front of them. It's only if
they keep it pithy.
Yeah. They don't bring up the other person's history unless it's going to be, like relevant to what's going on.
Yes, that's the way. Yeah. When it was not contest in Texas, and in Texas you only have to be separated for 60 days.
Yeah. And
they're not real stringent on it. Their philosophy is, if y'all don't want to be married anymore, just in general, don't clog our courts. Come do it. And I don't think Texas is a community. No, is it a community property state, but not an alimony state? I don't really know. Anyway, he was the only one that had to go. In fact, I was in a hotel room. We were headed to Atlanta when it came down.
Yeah,
I had the date wrong, remember, because I thought it was gonna be the next day, and then I got the decree in the mail, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
But the thing, I just remember that. I remember how, because we were driving, it was right before Thanksgiving, and we were driving to Atlanta for Thanksgiving, and Mandi was waiting for it to be over. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And I thought it was like the day after Thanksgiving, but it ended up being the day before. I had the date of the court wrong. So I got an email, and it was like, cool, Moxie. I got an email totally non-whatever from my ex-husband. He was like, it's done. Please find the attached decree.
Yep. And then underneath it, I remember he was like, so just here it is. You can sign it. And then P.S. he was like, are you sure?
I think I already signed it, hadn't I? No. But you can get served now via email.
Yep.
In Texas. I don't think you can in North Carolina, but you can get, I got served. I knew it was coming.
But you were at work, weren't you?
No, we were getting stuff out of the house.
I thought.
Remember, we were getting stuff out of my bedroom, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at that. I had to sign it. I hadn't signed it yet, but I got served via email. The only way you can really do that, though, if it's not contested. I think in Texas, that's the way that it was. But, so Moxie is watching while driving. Very cool.
So, let's see. No work for 2 days.
No work for 2 days.
The best thing about being off is sleeping in.
Yeah.
For me.
No, it is.
Yeah, because for tomorrow.
And I'm gonna bring the Christmas decorations in probably on Sunday.
Okay.
And I finally got the rest of the coffee table and stuff painted. So all of that, I did it on purpose so that it would be done ready for Christmas decoration. So.
Chicken update. We started the day with 2 eggs in the coop, and now there's 4. So yes. I think we'll wait one more day, and then we'll gather up what's in there. You know, if it's only 4, but if there's 5 or 6, we'll incubate that group.
I think we should too. I hope the silky. I would love for all of them to hatch, but the silky eggs, especially, I'd be curious to see what they look like. Today, the black silky, which turns out is a female, I guess. You know, I was like trying to get them all to go into the thing because it was raining, and there's that little black silky sitting in the little courtyard of his coop, his little feathers. I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, why don't you go inside? The silkies are as cute as they can be. We have a storage shed, which is what the Christmas stuff is in. And a lot of it we've gotten since we've been together.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we've pretty much created this entire, you know what I mean?
I do.
You so tired, Sean.
I am.
But it's okay. We can hang tough for a little bit longer. Hey, 5150. So we candled the ones that we had yesterday, like to look in it. And it doesn't look like any of them are fertilized. Maybe the first one we looked at. But I know for sure I've seen the silkies and Tiny and his girlfriend like be together.
Yes, last night's stream we did the whole little candle thing. So if you want to see that, it was last night. But I'm not really so sure what we're looking at yet. You know.
No. We're totally not sure what we're looking at. Check if it has a bullseye. Crack an egg and check it if it has a bullseye.
So I guess we could do that with one of the existing ones.
It,
yeah, but like we could take the ones that we have and just look at them before I like scramble them or whatever.
Yeah.
And see. But I think we're going to go ahead with the ones that are in there and just the 4 that are in there now, because Mandi has seen them doing the deed. As a matter of fact, without being super weird, I think Tiny and his girlfriend, they just do it for fun. Well, I mean,
like normally there's a whatever, but
most times animals don't just do it.
She comes and finds him sometime, and I'm like, okay,
you know what I mean? Like comes up to me, and I'm like,
you're like, I feel you.
He's like, she's gonna kill me.
And y'all saw the silkies on that one little clip where we didn't know if they were fighting or when Tiny came to take care of it. I don't think they were fighting, or they were courting.
They might have been, and then and Tiny came up and was like ruffled his feathers and was like,
he didn't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
Someone that was in here said Tiny when he didn't know how to handle it, so he just put his things out and they stopped fighting.
Yeah, that's what roosters
really
look like.
Cool.
So I heard from my cousin today. You know, Andy, who was on Paula's stream last night. He, you can look at it on there. He just kind of he texted me during the day and he sent me a picture of his son and my uncle, his dad, and it was like, I hope I did okay. Andy is so cool. You got the ones that were on Paula's stream and saw it and heard Andy last night. He's always nervous. He's always like,
that's her, right? Your daughter?
I don't know what that is. Is that? Oh yeah, that has to be Darcy.
No, I think it's Oh, I thought it. I don't know who it is. Thought it might be Rachel. So
it might be. Let me see. 304.
Straight to the point. We really though honestly won't be on very long tonight because it's been a long day. But I always want to make sure that if we schedule it, we actually come on. I'm getting the montage together for the.
Yeah, that's got to be Rach. Yeah, I didn't know.
Christmas card exchange. She's gotten our address like 15 times. For the Christmas card exchange, I hope you guys like want to do that. And again, you don't ever have to worry about us giving out your address, anything like that, because it's just not. We wouldn't do that.
Confess love, I wasn't sure, but I'd heard that too. Confess love, she said fact check, but only dolphins and humans have sex for fun. All the other animals don't. They do it just.
I didn't know that.
Sometimes when you see, I don't know. I think sometimes you see a dog humping a stuffed animal just for fun, I think.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know what to say about that. I think I'm blushing. But anyway, so I know I keep talking about it, but I'm going to put the address in for the Christmas card exchange in a montage. And for everyone we get, we're going to send one back that we're going to, not because we think we're superstars, but just because they have chickens on them and they're really cute and we want to send them out to you guys. So you send us one and we send you one.
Just being me, retracted 2 messages. It's once it hit 8:30, some more folks came in.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No, I noticed that.
You're the numbers guy.
I'm a numbers guy, guys.
Remember after you said that and they talked about it forever?
When we first started our channel and the people that didn't like us,
yes, just being me.
They didn't miss a beat with. But
we we even had people that were like reaction channels that were going to talk about us. And I'm like, we're not that interesting.
Kelly Girl's asking you if you got your hair cut. It looks good.
Oh, no, I got it trimmed the other day when she highlighted it, but it's straightened. That might be, I did get it. You know what? You're absolutely right. I got it trimmed like 3 inches or something like that.
Yeah. A week ago.
Something like that. Keen eye. I noticed today when I took the pictures outside, some of the blonde highlights are actually like, I guess I would say white or platinum. Is platinum like pretty light colored?
Platinum is kind of sort of like a bright blonde. I don't think it was platinum, but guys, there's the picture that Mandi sent me today. It was on my Twitter.
I actually did put that on YouTube.
And so y'all that didn't see it.
But I was not half naked. So that's
I'm working and she sends me this picture today and
I thought it was a good fall outfit. It was what I was wearing to the thing, so I actually, you know how you buy clothes that you're going to wear to an event and then the day that you go to it, sometimes you end up wearing just some of it or none of it and you find something else to wear. I need to remember that in the future because that's normally how it works. And I've been waiting to wear that Levi's corduroy blazer thing for a long time.
Yeah, what I noticed when I came home from work, because I know that Mandi had been out with mom and dad today and doing the charity thing and all that, is that the shirt she bought from Torrid was still hanging up.
Yeah.
And I was like, you didn't wear it? And she said like the button had broken off.
The button on the sleeve had broken off. And I started, because it was a dark blue satiny shirt, I started thinking it was too dressy for a day event. No, when I got there, I realized it was not too dressy. Really? Everybody looked really good, but
cool.
But it was okay that I had the nice jeans on, but I could pulled it off, like because it was.
I thought you looked good.
Well, if you put it with like depending what you put it with, but there was probably only 2 or 3 other people with jeans on.
Yeah, but I always say this, and I know that I say it all the time, but. I mean, you walk into a room and normally when you walk into a room, it turns a few heads.
Oh,
it does.
That's sweet.
I mean, I have a very good looking wife, so.
I've got a very handsome husband. Now everybody's puking, thinking we're. Let it go. Hello, how are you feeling any better? Hey, Logan. We have got to figure something out for this. We need to get you like a lumbar pillow for behind it.
Good.
I know, but I can tell it hurts your back.
I'm good.
Okay. He's doing good. He's
I'm gonna go get a pillow.
Well, that long one, right? That you want me to get this long one?
I get it.
Okay.
Hey, Sawyer Brown.
And they had like tortellini and stuff like that they had to eat there. It was really cool. And what's funny is it was buffet style, and I hadn't eaten, and then we went or whatever. There's no shame in my game. So we ate, and then they had like, you know, people who come and pick up your empty plate and whatever. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I went and got back in line with the next group of people. I didn't get a bunch the second trip. I just got like some tortellini or whatever. But the lady that was sitting next to me that's part of that thing, she thought it was hilarious.
That she went back?
Yeah. I go, there's no shame in my game. I'll be right back. And she was like, I like that. And I was like, so I went and bumped elbows with the next group because they did it table by table.
Oh my God.
So I went and joined another table and was like, then it looked like I was only eating like a little bird.
But that's good. So guys, I'm wearing my Dirty Bird shirt tonight. The Falcons are on TV. Normally the Thursday night game is only on Amazon, but Channel 5 in Atlanta is carrying this game. So first hour is with you guys. The next 2 hours will be with those guys.
Yeah.
Kelly
girl, when I say buffet style, it was kind of like when you go to a wedding and you have two things. Like, it was buffet style. It wasn't really like a buffet, but I know what you're talking about. Like, you don't know, like, who has washed their hands and who hasn't or whatever. I want to see. Cool.
So today, guys, I think what I try to do when we go live is talk a little bit about work. So they come up to me when we're dispatching everything, and they hand me 2 pieces of paper, and they go, you need to go to this address, which was 83 whatever.
Thank you, Logan.
Get the package out of that mailbox and take it to this other address, which was 83.
Are you allowed to do that?
I asked, and they were like, yeah, as long as you're a representative of the post office. So Mandy, I drive to this house. I find it. I go to the mailbox, and the mailbox is empty. You would think, well, that's the end of that, right? Mm-hmm. No, I go knock on the door. And there's dogs barking and all this. And then this, like, 19-year-old kid opens the door, and you could tell he's asleep. And I showed him my ID and said, look, I work for the post office because I'm in my truck, and I'm not wearing anything that says post office on it. You got a package that was supposed to go to this other address. And he was like, oh. And he shuts the door, and after about 5 minutes, he says, I guess it's this one. He hands me the package. So I grab that package, and then I run it to another part of town, knock on their door, which I didn't have to do. I could have just left it in their mailbox, but they had called to complain that they looked on their tracker. Have you guys ever like ordered something, and then you look on the tracking and it says that it's there and it's not? That's what they did. So they wanted to know where it was. So I walked right up to the front door and knocked, and it was an Amazon package too. It wasn't even one of ours. And handed it to them, and they were happy.
Cool.
So
that's very cool.
That's the daily postal grind.
That's cool though that you did that.
I mean, this is what I do is kind of like a tweener job. I'm not really a manager, but I'm not like locked into a cubicle or something. I just kind of run around and do a bunch of different things.
Kelly's hilarious. She's like, fuck a Chinese buffet. You never know what's in those dumplings. The big Chinese buffets have chicken feet. I wanted to die. They do, don't they?
You can get chicken feet at Food Lion.
But I mean, they cook it.
Yeah, I mean, but like if you go into our grocery stores now. Yeah. I mean, there's a thing, and they put it like into a little like styrofoam thing, like it was pork chops. They just throw about 20 feet in there and put plastic over it.
So they either boiled or fried like the chicken feet are? Huh.
I wouldn't know how to eat those, but it just goes back to a lot of the stuff here is tradition. You know, people that didn't have a lot of money, and you know, we're in a slave state. Georgia was a slave state, where you know you ate what you could get, and you ate every part of the animal.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, I didn't even know. You said you can fish with the chicken feet too, right?
Well, I fish with the chicken livers.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So my sister tasted it, gagged the skin was so. Ugh, yeah. Who in here is watching or has watched Dahmer on Netflix? I'm trying to decide. I'm on like this 3rd episode, and I'm trying to decide whether to back it up. Let it go. Back it up.
I was thinking that.
And have Sean.
I was like, you're going to back it up. I'll decide for you. You can back it up.
The problem is they're a little bit explicit with his what do you call it? His little rendezvous when he was confused with his sexuality.
He was killing then, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, not yet. Our post office has an Amazon contract, but they won't deliver most of the time. They refuse to deliver anything over 40 pounds and make you go pick it up, which is a different town than I live in. It's so frustrating. Let It Go says, back that ass up.
Yep. Real quick, before you get back to Dahmer, the regulation is 70 pounds. If they don't want to deliver anything over 40, I guess they can. There is an Amazon contract. Like tomorrow is a federal holiday. The post offices are closed. However, we will be delivering Amazon. I'm not working tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about it. Wow. When I go in on Sundays, when I work Sundays, you guys have heard me, I work the Amazon contract.
That's cool.
And I get a bunch of drivers that come in, and I receive the Amazon stuff and sort it to them. They're alternate drivers. They're not like the normal drivers that come in during the week. And we deliver Amazon. It's and if you notice, a lot of stuff that you get that's from Amazon is huge. You know, like Amazon brings all the heavy stuff like the tires and car parts and stuff, and they bring them to us to deliver. But yeah, 40 pounds, man. I mean, where do you live? Because
she says, and then they randomly decide to send things back
to Amazon.
I don't know. Watching The Crown. We watched a little bit of The Crown. We haven't seen the last couple of seasons, but we really, really liked it. I'm keeping up with everybody at the same time. Some lady sneezed in her salad bar at Ruby Tuesdays. Then at the Golden Corral, somebody's child stuck their whole hand in the macaroni.
Just straight into the buffet?
I hope that wasn't my son. No, I don't know
he's probably old enough where he wouldn't do that now. you
would
never
think.
know, though.
No, yeah, so, well, anyway, but yeah, so Karen says they just randomly decide to send it back, probably to Amazon.
That's Karen that was saying that? Mm-hmm. So that's in that state.
They send stuff back all the time, or they lose it and find it months later. Wow.
Okay, so with Amazon, first of all, we always tell people, and it's, I hope none of my buddies my postal friends are working. Call Amazon. I mean, and they'll
resend it.
They'll
right?
resend another one, and if your other one shows up, they don't want to keep it.
Yeah.
Here's what happens. Last night I was kind of touched on it a little bit, but we were talking about other things. Like last night on my way home, I have a certain way that I come home, and if there's some things that were misdelivered or we found or came in late, they hand them to me. I have a little scanner. It's over there. And I deliver them on the way home to Mandi. I just in my civilian car, and that's what I do. So the supervisor that was working last night, I ended up, I think I told you guys, out on some dirt road out in the middle of nowhere. And when I opened my door, there was a dog right next, like not a mean dog, but I was like, I'm not doing this. So I called the guy that was on duty that night and said, I told him the situation. He's just said, just scan it attempted. And just bring it in and we'll send it out tomorrow with the regular driver. I have a different supervisor that is like, you have to deliver it. You have to deliver it, no matter what. He's not as reasonable. And he has this zero tolerance for anything, which I guess in a way, if you're a customer, that's what you want. You want your shit, you do. But here's what happens. If we're out on the, in the back 40 and we're getting pressured to deliver it and they're not sure where it is, are they close enough, they'll scan it to a mailbox and just put it in there.
Wow.
And,
and then let it.
Half the time neighbors figure it out. Like someone goes and they open it up and go, oh, this is the Joneses down the street or whatever. So I would rather bring it back that day and then have it delivered by the regulars the next day than just take a chance. And it ain't right.
Hey, Candy, thank you.
It's not right just to
Hey, Loretta.
You got to try. And if you can't do it, just be honest. Bring it back to the post office and deliver it the next day when it's, light out. And
the stuff you never knew about the post
office. I will tell you this. I took the post office and mail for granted, as most people do, until I started working. And, I just say I'm not making excuses, but it's just like any other business. I mean, nobody really notices what you do unless it's screwed up.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, you get your mail right 98% of the time.
There we go.
But, for 6 straight months, it's perfect. And then one thing is missing and it's a big deal. But it is because you order stuff, you want it. You want it. So, but it's a bunch of people working hard to do it every day.
That's so cool. In your dream says Happy Veterans Day. Karen wishes that you worked there.
At that one?
Yeah. Loretta, you're sweet. Thank you.
We have a little group of people, thank you, that try to make it happen. Like every day there's a small pile of packages that didn't make it there, or maybe the address. I have a guy that works there that's been working there 26 years. And so even if the address is jacked up, we can kind of like
figure
it out what it is, especially if it's a certain last name or a certain street. There's that going on too, because if you put the wrong address on there, it's wrong, and anyway, we try. We do try.
I think he finds it fulfilling to work there. He gets frustrated, but
I just work too many hours. I'm away from Mandi too much. I mean, this is a type of job where it would almost be better if I left on Monday and said, I'll see you on Wednesday or whatever and work, but I don't mean literally better, but that's how the Army was,
And they need Christmas help, and I was like, I'll come up there and give Christmas help, but you and I will always be sneaking off somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were like...
Especially if I have the big 2-ton truck.
We talk a big game.
But I do.
I really was. Like, if y'all are that short-handed, I'll come do whatever, but we can't.
We had a job fair today. Yeah. Anyway, I've always been, what's been most rewarding for me in any job.
Thank you, Ken. He's a good man.
I've had, I've been on staffs in the military. I've been on special staffs and worked public affairs and done some cool stuff. And I have a degree that would allow me in with my military preference where I could get a pretty well-paying contracting job. I am the most fulfilled with blue-collar work, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, I just have a lot more fun when I'm on the ground.
Kind. Thank you.
Outside in the field working. It's much more rewarding. It doesn't pay as much, but I still make a good paycheck.
Candy's winning my heart. She said Mandi looks like she's 25 and she's talking about what a good man you are. You get a Christmas card. Send us one.
That's right, Candy. You get send us your address.
No, for real.
We'll send you one even if you don't send us one.
I know. I feel like that's why I keep reassuring people. I'm like, I don't care if in a month you hate us. We'll never do anything with your address.
Yeah.
Nor will we even probably remember it.
Of all the BS that, Mandi gets accused of in the drama community, yeah, she's been on some panels and stuff like that. You don't ever have heard about her doxing anybody.
No.
Or, with the whole borrowing money. It wasn't Mandi who put that on blast. She's really not like that. Those of you that are her good friends, you guys know that.
Yeah.
The ATX the snake is drama stuff, but
because that's the thing is when you talk about online friendships and things, the only word you have is through electronic means. So if you're releasing stuff here and there to people, I mean, it's kind of like if you like in the real world, it would be like being like, hey, did you know that Karen did? Like that's the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dropping DMs and stuff is the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
So, oh, you're so sweet.
You better be careful of Candy there. That's just somebody that's working for a wrench, I think.
No, but yeah, we would love to. What did she say? She said, "I'll send you one." No, I love you guys. I don't spend a lot of time. No. I've seen you.
Playing. Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get one, give one kind of a thing. And I got my chicken. Okay, so I'm wrapping all of the wrapping papers and. Oh, that's right. And there was these to see it happening. Thank you. I was going to talk about MBM, but I don't think I'm going to today.
I'm missing it. What is it?
I don't want to talk about Makeup by Mandi. And her two-faced self. But, I got my little embellishment. So when I wrap the gifts, hey, Single Dad Life, wrap the gifts like for family and stuff. It's in chicken wrapping paper, and then I can tie this little chicken wooden ornament thing on it too. So I'm extremely excited about that. Except that I'm not so much thinking I'm going to do a lot of Christmas shopping this year like I did last year. I think everyone's going to get gift cards.
Gift cards. But I could still tie the gift cards.
I could still tie the.
You can tie chickens to it.
I could still tie chickens to it. Last year was like our first after COVID Christmas here, so I kind of like went crazy, and I was working, so and I really went all. But by the time
when Mandi was working, we had we still have a good quality of life. I mean, when we were both working, you in a house where there's, we don't have any kids living here. We just go out and do whatever. But I think we're both happier with me working and you not working.
Yeah. There's so much stuff to feed here. I'm only half joking about between the deer and the chickens and making sure the chickens stay where they're supposed to. The reason I'm not going to, I saw her in there saying, you have a fabulous day tomorrow. I got a screenshot where, today make it your day or whatever. Didn't she almost cause your husband to lose his medical license? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
There's a difference between forgiving and going back to the hand that bit you. Mm-hmm. And if you were friends with Sean and lent him the kind of support that I know you did, you wouldn't sign off on what she was saying today. Not the past, today, the things that she was saying.
I heard she was going hard, was double down like, I must be like a 4th degree black belt or whatever for everything. But the thing about that one was that when she offered to help me, and she was like, I don't want to help you. I'm scared to help you because if I help you, and this is when I was leaving that situation, and it was a valid thing. They said, you're going to go back to her and you're going to tell her everybody that tried to help you. And I was like, okay, well then don't help me. But really a little bit, trust was waning on both sides of that one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it was whatever.
And it was, it goes back. Like I got accused by her of using my National Guard government systems, looking up her taxes or something like that. There was that. But that all aside, I'm all for someone forgiving because Christ forgives. So it's up to us to forgive. Mm-hmm. Being a complete and total two-faced hypocrite is a little bit different. So spare me the sugary sweet. I know friends of hers here, and no disrespect to you. Spare me your sugary, sweet, syrupy, accolades, because I see through you.
And a lot of people. When we had allowed, when she comes into the chat and stuff, and there's people that are like, that one's gonna. And
I said, if you're gonna come into the chat, this was before you can come in, but just know that people have a whole lot of differing opinions about you. So, but after what I think that you found your niche and you can hang there, because what was said about Sean today, anybody that knew him and supported him in a way that you said you did and believed in him would not have co-signed on what was said. So there's that.
Must have been bad. I didn't get a chance to see that, but
you're a ninja again.
I did hear one little. I did hear that.
We have that. Someone sent me the clip.
My ex-wife gave Angelo a great big old shout out for supporting her and having her back too.
She said, "Thank you for speaking up."
Yep.
That's fabulous. That's who you want to stand up for you. Right there is that one. But I did the clip that I got was when it said, busted my chin, poked my eyes out, kicked me in the tailbone, kicked me in the shins, pulled my hair, hit me in the. I'm like, oh my God, Sean. So let it go. You know what that means? If that happened, it would be Gatorade and a Motrin.
I mean, Mandy will say I do pull hair sometimes, but it you know,
all in good fun.
it is
saying what a kid on the playground did to her. Yeah, it was it was pretty monumental even for her. But I think that she gets a little bit triggered when she's not being talked about as much as she wants. And so for that, all I can say is there's not a lot to talk about.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yes.
I won't be back.
Yeah, it's like just let it go. Best of luck on the dildo shop or opening. I'm serious about that. I hope it fulfills you, keeps you busy, keeps your mind occupied on something other than bullshit that is long since gone. May you... Oh, and then she was like talking about everybody needs a dildo, they'd be happier. Send Boho a dildo beast. If anyone needed one, it would be that one. You send her the biggest, fastest, best one you have because she needs some unwinding.
When Mandy was on... you guys remember when Mandy was on Paula's? It was last night, wasn't it? Paula's stream.
You were on. Was it yesterday or the day before?
And they were describing the area, because Sneed's Ferry is not a big place, and where her shop was, and I was like, it's not Loretta. A bad part of town, So I don't know how she pulled that off, but if she's got any type of skill, she should be okay there. She should.
And like I said, right next to finding another man, woman, whatever it is that she wants that she can focus on and go on strong for that one, getting involved in the job and being so busy with all of these businesses that she occupies her time and is happy. Look, more power to you. But yeah, send Boho your fastest, biggest. And you might want to send her an extra charger, extra battery charger.
It takes a lot to run a business, especially if you're just the only person, the only proprietor. I know Mandy knows how wore out I am a lot of the times when I get home. And I like doing live streams and being here with y'all and doing the channel. There's not a whole lot of time. There's not a whole lot of time for the negativity.
No, there's really not. And we've been going in a good direction. Just in general, not having to constantly, every time we go live, she goes live and this and that. Her situation with Paula, Paula can handle herself. She can handle herself. She knows she's a big girl.
What Mandy and I have been doing, and we've said it, is,
my kid.
We're not going to have this wild live stream most of the time with 200 or 300 people in the chat, but we like our group. We like there to be a place to go to chill out in this community.
Hey, Sherry Pie, MBM is Makeup by Mandy, is who that is. If you know her, you know her. If you don't, you don't.
You don't have your glasses today, do you?
No, because you've got the bigger phone. But I can.
What if you put these on? You can see how blind I am.
Let me see.
Watch this.
She can go back to hating me again. She did for like 3 years. Oh no, I can't see out of that.
I can see the future.
Oh, she can see the future.
But I haven't.
Wasn't that the one that was like, I'm glad you're moving on and whoever it is fine, and you said it's Mrs. ATX and she's like, that bitch.
No, who was that? That was
Makeup by Mandy.
She wasn't the only one. There was a couple that were like that, but she wasn't that. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was.
And that's just reminiscing. That's not. Buns did.
Buns. That was the main one that did that. Because I was
happy for me. Why not?
I was friends with her.
We go way back.
I was friends with that girl Buns, and it shouldn't have affected our friendship. It shouldn't.
She just really, really doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that all leaves a nasty taste in your mouth when you talk about such bitterness.
When did Trash Panda slide into here?
She was here.
She's been here?
She was here for a second. She
had to finish up the trouble that she's been causing.
I think she was probably over in Paula's.
Paula was live tonight?
She was. She reviewed the 2 streams that had gone up and then got taken down.
I'm going to tell you, you might not
Oh, my kitty.
You can like Paula or not like Paula, but the way she's doing her review, her channel, it's people are going to watch it. They are. I will give her that credit.
Yeah, and
So,
she can handle her own.
Yeah.
When people are like, why do you support her? Why do you do this? Why do you co-sign? She doesn't need me to co-sign or support anything. She's my friend.
She's got more people watching her than watch us right now. So
she's my friend.
She's doing good.
Yeah, I don't shit can friends because other friends don't like them, and that's just
I've said it. I've said it a million times. People would the people that are going to get more viewers are the ones that are going to go and do drama and be nasty,
or talk about sex.
Well, or they talk about sex, but
just joking.
You look at the
you thought I was serious. Or
the ones that that's the channels people when they tune into the drama community, they're trying to look for a good dragon.
Barry Hot? Didn't Barry Hot join in about that last? She comes out of the woodwork and she's like, yes. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, but that's what people want to watch. There's they don't want to come see a chill stream. They want to log in and see some fuckery. They want to see some dragon. Yeah. They want to see a panel with people yelling back and forth and one person saying one thing and the other one's live saying the other thing and react back and forth. Paula can do that. Yeah. She can do that pretty well.
And nobody knows, like Loretta, Karen, Paula, nobody knows the depth and quality of the friendship that I have off behind the scenes. So even if you disagree with someone vehemently on YouTube and you're like, well, why would you don't know our relationship that has nothing to do with it. Yep. My friendships get formed deep. They have strong roots. Mm-hmm. And occasionally I'm wrong, and it hurts when I'm wrong about somebody, and that's happened recently. But I'm not going to quit caring for people to the depth I care for them just because I might get hurt.
One of the greatest qualities of Mandi and it may sound corny when I say it, but one of the best things about her is she loves hard. Mm-hmm. She loves her family hard. She loves me. She loves her friends. And so she takes great joy in watching them succeed, and it hurts her when she loses a friend. Mm-hmm. She may not say it on here, but it does. So I'll just throw that in. But guys, as I was out and about.
Oh my gosh. Look, let me get the juice.
Look, can you see it? This is what this guy had in his yard. These people have statues of Bigfoot in their yard. That thing was about 8 feet tall. I literally had to stop and take a picture of it.
That little silhouette thing?
Yeah, that little silhouette was an easy 8 feet tall, babe.
Oh my God.
For sure. Anyway, Mandi makes fun of me because I like Bigfoot, and I believe in Bigfoot, but I think he's out there. I think there's Yetis and Bigfoots out there.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Do I believe there's something out there like Bigfoot? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
There can't be just like so many people that think that there's a Bigfoot and there's not.
Yeah. And you mean real Bigfoot?
We're going to have a really
big,
deep discussion about this later, I can tell.
Legit Bigfoot, not your ex-wife. We're talking like the hairy one.
No, not my ex-wife Bigfoot. We know that one exists.
Well, then I can't doubt you, Sean, because you know what you know what you know.
The Yeti, that's right, let it go. Yeah, ooh. Isn't that so? Look at the comments. Blair's like, holy moly, it's Bigfoot. And I'm telling you, I was probably, that picture, if you look, I'll put it up here again because to put some perspective in it.
Y'all unleash the beast. Here he comes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, after she goes to sleep, I'll probably be looking, at the Bigfoot.
I think it's neat, the things that you undertake learning more about.
See this right here? That is a satellite dish, and it's back behind it. That, on this side, I'll blow this up. That's a tractor trailer right there, the front end of a tractor trailer. So...
Was Harry and the Hendersons, was he a Bigfoot?
See, so you got the tractor trailer over here, the Bigfoot thing back in the woods. I mean, it was that big.
Harry and the Hendersons, was he a Bigfoot?
Yeah, he was a Bigfoot, yeah.
We need to watch that.
He was a Bigfoot.
We should do a live viewing of Harry and the Hendersons. I don't know that I've ever seen it. I just knew what it was about or whatever. You know what I mean?
I know the other thing. So I'm
There's Mikey. Look at Mikey.
So this guy comes in, and he needs to open he's got, we have people in Dawsonville that are kind of like celebrities and this and that. Chase Elliott, the NASCAR driver, Bill Elliott. There's a few. So this guy comes in today and comes over into my office, and he's talking about getting the locks changed on his big CBU thing where his mail's dropped off at. And he's wearing an Oakland A's sweatshirt, all that. And so we're talking back and forth, and I don't know who this guy is, but so I just said, hey, so you're an Oakland fan? And he was like, yeah, and he didn't elaborate. I said, one of my best friends from high school, son is at AAA in Oakland. He was drafted in the 4th round, and he's at AAA's, and I gave him his name. And so this guy, without missing a beat, goes, yeah, he's doing real good, And I said, so this guy? And he goes, yeah, I've been in and around the organization for a while. I played for a few years and this and that. And I go, who are you? And he told me his name. His name is, and I'll show you the picture. Anyway, this guy was, I don't know if I should dox his name. I guess it don't matter. And it's his name is Terrence Long, and he was drafted in the 1st round. He was the 20th player overall in like the 2000 draft or something like that.
Oh wow.
And so I said, I know who you are. And we start talking. It was really good conversation. This guy played every single game for 2 straight years for them.
Wow.
So he was
Was he impressed that you knew all his stats?
He was that he what?
You knew all his stats. You know people's stats.
Yeah. So he told me his name's Terrence Long, and I said no. And I started talking. He's like, yeah, he was on the Oakland A's when Canseco and McGuire, the Bash brothers, in the late '90s, and
that was when my cousin played, but he never made it to the majors.
And so is this guy. This is the guy that came in to my work. And that's his. Anyway, he's older now because this was a card from like 20 years ago.
Isn't that cool? Did he give you a card, or did he not have one?
I didn't ask him. I'm going to see him around because he came in for a specific reason. I got his address, and we got to go do some work. But he was impressed because like I talked about the baseball for those years. Like I knew.
Yeah, Sean. It's amazing how much he knows about people who not everyone would know about, but he can say pretty much when they played.
And so I also looked up, so throughout his career, he played in the bigs for, I think he played in parts of 6 seasons, and he made $11 million in that 6 years.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's good.
So anyway, that's another little tidbit about.
This is the best stuff. I know it's full of sugar. I love this stuff. This
cranberry grape.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
But
we are gonna sign off here in a second. You know why? Because your games are on. I'm gonna wash my face.
I'm gonna show you
get my war paint off and finish the card exchange film.
Okay.
Hey, Mama Ricky.
Mama Ricky is here.
I don't think Sean. I think he has maybe a photographic memory in some areas.
When I was talking to this guy and I was, the names and it was when.
Do you think you have one?
Not a photographic. I think that, like a lot of people, if I'm interested in something and I study it, yeah.
I retain medication names because I think it's fascinating.
But I was rattling off like, just season stats and this and that. And I did say to him at some point, he was digging the conversation. We stopped talking about business, we started talking about baseball and stuff. And he said, I talked about the guys that I played in, summer league, like not summer league, but like little league, high school level little league here in Atlanta that ended up being pros. And he knows all those guys. They're like the national, Major League Baseball organization. Your Uncle Ray had that deal so that your cousin could get. So they kind of know each other. And, he was a first-round draft pick, so he is kind of supposed to stick around baseball in some way, shape, or form. But he was impressed, and I said, I'm a geeky guy when it comes to sports. And if I studied something else like I studied sports, I could probably make $1 gazillion. I just happened to know sports. I just wasn't good enough to play it.
I think Sean would be a good newscaster. I'm trying to get him to do a sports show. And, his brothers know a whole bunch about sports, too. And I used to have this idea for a podcast, like Brothers Talking Baseball or Brothers Talk Sports, because they can also banter with each other about sports, like who's the best of this. I mean, they all kind of know their thing. And I was trying to organize it, like what day would work for them, because I was like, if I can get this to take off, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With you and your brothers, but
it's fun being in an apartment of where I work, where you get to deal with people that have a little bit more. Like if you guys, I've told this before, you can look it up. They're not so much on YouTube, but you can go to Facebook and type in shabby tree. Just shabby, like shabby chic, but shabby
I have
tree.
from there.
And they started with a little boutique in Dahlonega, and they have about 1 million followers on Facebook, and then they took it to YouTube. And so
should we drag them?
You want to drag them?
No.
But we have to take a 2-ton truck out to their business every day to pick up all their merchandise that they sell. It's a very, very, and so they have their own little spot as well with like the Chase Elliott fan club and some of the other people. There's
I'll let you read that from Mom before we sign off. This little look,
they're worth a look
hello.
Because they have an online, site to order stuff if you like the shabby chic type of stuff.
They're all thanking you for your service.
Thank you. Thanks, y'all. Ricky says, Sean, many blessings to you. Thank you for what you did. Veterans Day is tomorrow, folks. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate all this stuff. They're doing me a solid. They're not making me work tomorrow.
I know, or the next day.
So I have 2 days off, and you guys that have followed us know that very rarely am I off 2 days in a row unless I'm on vacation or something like that. So, hey, look at Sawyer Brown right here.
He's like, y'all are done. Scout wants to go to bed and Sawyer Brown wants to go to bed. They pretty much tell us when it's time to get off. But we've had a great time with you guys tonight.
Yeah.
He's off tomorrow and the next day, so I would look for us tomorrow, maybe during the day, maybe whatever. But we will be here.
Thank you, Let It Go. Thank you, Yoga Pants, Candy Dean, Diane, everybody.
Thank you for your kind words and your encouragement. And Mods, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Loretta. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I'm going to go watch the second half of the Falcons and the Panthers. And that's why I'm wearing this and this.
I'm going to put animals to bed. The chickens are already to bed, but there's a couple. As soon as I put Scout to bed, Eleanor will want to come in.
Yeah.
It's a circus.
Yep.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have
Good night,
a great
y'all.
night.
Have a good one.